Some letters don't get lost, they're here though. Because the truth inside them doesn't just change your life, it burns everything around it. Open worship is when someone's trying to say something. For the last time that daddy was sealed with donations, just and it never reaches destination until now. He had grown up with his mother, and irrespective lawyer and servant, and that was enough. No postmark, just his name and real down inside. Julia and essence of rose. He had never heard that name in his life. When he confronted his mother that night, he didn't lie. His eyes, so he is my father. No, there be a and shortly after, I was with Kerem. That name he is harder, Kerem Islam. He had never questioned why, now he had to. Meanwhile, in a hotel in Nemlaga, they found that Hande was pregnant and down, or rather was made to live. He has nice Kerem whispered. ELS, not 20 years old, a boy who looked nothing like Julian, but everything like him. After heart failure, a pediatrician travels to the caves to find you, travels to the caves to find you, travels to the caves to find you, travels to the caves to find you. It's not a coincidence, it's a reckoning. Sometimes the hardest part isn't telling the truth. Allah soft, quiet, and pretending nothing had changed, but everything had. She had slept, not really a week. She had rehearsed this moment for 2 decades, but now that the Elas had read the letter, come on the outside, but with us first. just ask questions that demanded answers. Partner, a business partner of my father. Partner, a business partner of my father. The ugly slipped from her hands. Hospital room and holds a newborn less in her. At her side is her best friend. With Julia, it was only once a mistake, and now it's too late. But I'd rather be hated for what I had than abandoned for what I revealed. She sealed the sea of crack that night, the sea of cracks. Mine was elsewhere. He searched on him online again. Kerem was there. A child who wasn't him, but who loved his terribly familiar. Meanwhile, he's still always walked into hands of us. Christiana, Kerem came to my office. He wants answers about the boy. Are you a burden to bury? Daddy of the he has received an unexpected message from an anonymous number. Kerem asked with that primo, yes. He asked if you were his father, and he said he'd think about it. What will you do if he's not your son? Kerem, the adult blink, has to be the man who would have loved him anyway. Too late, I know from Kerem, blood doesn't make a grandfather. The truth makes a man. The silence after the fire is the loudest of all, and once a son begins to question the name he carries, nothing remains untouched. The moment before the truth arrives is worse than the truth, because the wedding isn't silence, it's a scream you keep swallowing over and over again. Yeah, let's start in the pharmacy longer than anyone ever should. Just still don't want to walk out with it, because walking up meant walking into a truth that my dad and it's everything. close. I hope you hate me a little less than I hate myself. Forgiving it from you. The more forcible love unveiled the secrets. Christina Empress watched the gaze from a distance. She didn't yet to speak. The marble plausible love unveiled the secrets. She didn't need to lie because she had already made her move. A phone call to a no contact that promote the natives living in Istanbul. The soul of the mother, despair. Yearless winter, but laugh like a moon wearing the salt. Morning, the end of love arrived. He didn't believe he stared at it for hours. That same envelope had also arrived for Kerem. He held the but the don't move. Finally opened it, one line on gold. Probability of paternity 99.98%. He didn't cry, he didn't smile, he didn't move because in that moment was using the two burns one. Truth is on the gift. It's a gift and once you use it, and once the world starts listening, even honesty becomes a weapon. The meeting was meant to be private, generous, no drama. Maybe not possibly confirm that fate had other plans. Wore high heels and designer perfume. Christina was walked from her office window as a young reporter rehearsed his lines outside. He had a printed DNA report in his hands now. He don't know where she had told the producer not geodemic song about love, a fairy tale. Damn was down any accusation inside the quiet restaurant in the market. Kerem after he wore no tie. His eyes were calm, but watchful. He had a and he had rehearsed for days. Kerem paused, then shook his head slowly, but fears. Window, breathe waters, microphones, how do you It was a getaway not from the door, but from a world that never lets two people have a moment without turning it into the idea of me. Empire, the hidden son of Kerem was on. The photo showed the last misstep caught between his father and the crowd. So trapped back in Seville and watched it unfold on her street alone. Things she has sworn never to use a video recording, one that could destroy Christina or save them all. He has a spotlight and in the light, every sea of crowd brings harder. Figure from Kerem's past, a brother who was thought to be all destroyed. ELS woke up to chaos. His phone buzzed with hundreds of messages. Social media had exploded overnight. Even classmates began to look at him with curiosity or calculation. The vultures that Kerem, the vultures that Kerem. Kerem was worried about something far worse than a press. A letter had arrived at his estate. No signature, his handwriting he hadn't seen in 20 years. Brother presumed dead, the older son, the one who vanished during the earthquake in Istanbul, and Kerem was exposed. ELS was lost in the spotlight, and now he held you as a first line. I stay as doubt in return. Yusuf would help her take down Kerem piece by piece, and if ELS got in the way, oh, stay as doubt in return. He would be neutralized. Meanwhile, hands stormed into Christina's office, starting no games. You're using a man who fake his death to manipulate. Reclaim what's his. You don't care about I'll see you same day, that same day away. Yeah, let's walk through the Morilla gardens, cry on to breathe. Said he never got to be your father, but he never stopped helping you down the road. She handed him an envelope you saw. I left because I was to do. I don't know if I'm his real father, but I would have protected him as equal. Here I'll last blink back tears. She walked away that night. Kerem invaded the estate. Now he walked away. Just the two of them. The conversation was awkward. But honest, I've earned it surviving everything it cost me. Carol's smile, Christina had a press conference that ran dozens of members. She knows I represent Joseph's land. Concealment of paternity and embezzlement of family wealth. Concealment of paternity and embezzlement of family wealth. The crowd gasped, and then Yusuf stepped into view. Alive, Hande beside Christina. Comes a moment when the son stops asking why they hate him and starts asking what they raised him to become. Comes a moment when the son stops asking why they hate him and starts asking what they raised him to become. If you raise him in silence, don't be surprised when he learns to break windows. From the moment Joseph first long started from to the humorous beside Christina and request that your moms were fired. Allegations of financial consummate, mismanagement, and fraud spread like wildfire. The press conference from his phone in silence. You saw a fuck like him just told her. Heavy eyes full of something sharp. Not hate words. Calculation beside him. Via video, Christina submitted a claim that Joseph Francisco found the world illegally removed when he was dead. You see us, one of them explained. They're arguing that Kerem took control of the vanished assets unethically. And what does that have to do with that? shot transfer to truly innocence. Christiana's mad because secrets like these don't just stay. And they could temporarily give a person who to psychiatry episode with you knows it was everywhere. Cry, easy and be a better bed. Cry, easy and be a better bed. And left and found out through her assistant she collapsed into a chair, not from shock but from grief. No, I celebrate. You sure you want to go this far? She stared at the city lights. I already did. Dangerous one wears heels and perfume, and she doesn't want revenge anymore. He wants blood. And the truth, no one wanted you to survive. Elias hadn't spoken to anyone, and it's not Kerem, not Hande. Your name a headline. Sometimes the only thing left to do is erase. Christina wasn't celebrating this time. Even public outrage, justice sounds. Even public outrage, justice sounds. Cold, fixed silence between a mother and son that's louder than any of your dying speech. That was real power. Came with the past because the LS hadn't crumbled. He was watching, and he had started asking questions. Ortega, she had once worked at the hospital where Julian is inside. Ortega, she remembered everything, and before she passed away a month ago, she left a radio, not for hand. Before he died, Teresa had saved the day. He died on the earth from his fear. Now it belonged to ELS. The video played in a small dusty projector room. To be a because Kerem was gone and your mother was broken, and our struck the letter that could have brought him back. She made him believe that silence was mercy. She made a decision for all of us, and that's what really broke your family. She had beyond the lie. He didn't call anyone. He didn't realize the time he went to Christina. No security. She looked up, surprised. She looked afraid that night. The video was leaked anonymously, not to the press, not to the public, that he realizes followers. And from there, it spread like fire against her. Use of this appeared again. No trails, no exit. Crumbles, hand in deal is met on a Sunday. She waited on the bench where she once read him fairy tales as a child. She asked, no, he said, but I walk beside you anyway. You're not and so, but as two men who survived the same silence, find now see years later. Designer, yeah, let's feel good ashes land out in the description. This work is dedicated to those who survive, not by